So this is my first time trying the generic semaglutide, and this is what it comes with right here. Look at that. All right, if I tell you that I am nervous to do this right now, but this belly got to go. Look at this. Ever since my surgery, my stomach just like droops. I know my body's like all the way up there, but it droops. Like, look at this. I need to get rid of this body fat, okay? This is why we are doing this. And also, I want like my stomach. Can you see it? See it just pudging. So, okay, so the doctor gave me B12 and semaglutide and alcohol wipes. Of course, there are 4 of them, just like you have with Ozempic. Okay, so this is the alcohol wipe, and you're supposed to do it in your stomach. I think I'm gonna do it on this side, just because my ovaries are on that side. Not my ovaries, but my, you know. Look at that. Oh my God. Hey, Mugbe. Can I do it? I don't know. All right, let's try. You got this. You got this. Ooh, that was smooth. That was not bad. Okay, but you can see my stomach, and then that's where my fibroid removal scar is. There it is. All right, at least I don't have back fat anymore. I got a big fatty, so that's why that is there. But yeah, we have started it off. So I'm just gonna wipe it again, just to make sure, you know, there's no bleeding or anything else. And voila! Hi guys, so I started taking the generic semaglutide shots for weight loss, and yes, I lost weight, but the side effects, oh my God. Now that took me out. So hear me out, because I'm going to spill all the details, so keep on watching. So if you're new to my channel, previously I had taken the Wegovy injections and I had lost 13 pounds in 3 weeks. So I started off at 176 pounds, which was the largest I had ever been. And I was able to bring it down to 163, which at that time felt good. But unfortunately for me, Wegovy was sold out everywhere. I don't know if you guys are also seeing the same thing I'm seeing, but like, you cannot find Wegovy anywhere. I was waiting for months and months, trying, calling pharmacies, and could not find Wegovy anywhere. I even called my doctor. I said, okay, fine, there's no Wegovy. Can I get Ozempic? She said she cannot give me Ozempic because right now it's being regulated to only people with diabetes. So I then opted in to get the generic semaglutide because they actually do sell it almost like an Ozempic. So I opted in to try it. So a quick note before I continue. A lot of med spas or doctors' offices low-key are like selling like the generic semaglutide, but they're calling it Ozempic when really it's not Ozempic. So the generic semaglutide comes in an injection form, and it's pink because they put the B12 in it. But then the Ozempic is an actual pen, and it's from the brand Ozempic. So if they give you injections, it is not Ozempic, because a lot of them say, oh, this is Ozempic. It's not Ozempic. They say it's like Ozempic. It's the same as Ozempic. It is not necessarily the same. Yes, it does have the same main ingredients, which is semaglutide, but it doesn't mean it's the same. It's not from the brand Ozempic, so it's not Ozempic. It's actually generic semaglutide. Okay, so what was happening to me at that moment and why I opted in to take the semaglutide was that I was rapidly increasing in weight. Like, I think I was 163, then I became 169, and I was craving a lot of carbs. Like, during that period, I was eating a lot of bread, and I was yam, like, you know, I'm Nigerian, so we were eating a lot of like really carb heavy foods, and it was taking a toll on my body, right? So I just needed something to like help me curb my appetite, like help me like stop eating, make me lose weight, because I still wasn't at my desired weight. My desired weight is actually 145, so I still had like 20 pounds to lose, but at the same time I was just like, okay, this is almost like a double whammer. I get to lose weight and I also get to curb my appetite, so let's get the shot. So they give you 4 semaglutide shots that already have B12 in it, so a lot of times they come out pink. You'll probably see that if you do get it. So with the 4 shots, you take 1 every week, similar to Wegovy. So you take 1 every week, same procedure. You clean it, you inject it, and then throughout the week it kind of, you start to feel it go through your body. You start to lose a lot lot of weight, and the following week you do the same thing. You inject it in your fat area, so you can do it in your belly, you can do it on your arm, you can do it on your thigh, but I usually do it on my belly. So at the end of my 3rd week, I had dropped down to 156, which is amazing. That's like 13 pounds, so it's almost similar to like the Wegovy. So with Wegovy overall, I had lost 13 pounds because my 4th week I didn't lose anything at all. I think I kind of stayed stagnant that 4th week. But with this one, I only did 3 weeks, and I'll tell you what happened to my last injection later on. So I only did 3 weeks and I lost 13 pounds, and when I tell you, I dropped down to 156, and now I'm at 156, and like I definitely can see the big difference. Like my face shrunk, my thighs shrunk, my belly fat started to go in as well, so my fupa started to reduce. So I can see the weight loss all over my body. I don't know if you could tell, my face is a lot more slimmer. So yeah, I definitely lost weight, and good weight too, right, on the semaglutide. But when I tell you, the side effects were the worst. Like I've never experienced anything in my life that was this crazy. Okay, so before I get into the side effects, I wanted to just quickly tell you that I personally, after undergoing this, I honestly don't believe that the weight lost was worth the side effects. Like I'm telling you, the side effects were horrible. And yes, I stuck with 3 weeks versus 4 weeks. And all right, I'll just tell you what happened. So basically my 4th injection, I was trying to show it to a friend who wanted to start using Ozempic, and I was trying to show her that the one I'm using, and I was telling her, whatever you do not use this one. And while I was showing it to her, it spilled. And it's funny, instead of me to be sad and like, oh my god, I spilled my last one, and be sad, I was happy. Like I literally was happy that, oh my god, I don't have to go through another horrific week of using this thing. And I know if some of you are like, why didn't you stop if you knew it was that bad? Because I was really determined to lose the weight. I was like, I want to lose the weight. But in hindsight, is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. So let me tell you what these side effects are. There were 9 major side effects, and the way I want to compare it is that I want to compare the side effects to Wegovy, right? Because I've used Wegovy. With Wegovy, I had a little bit of fatigue, I had a little bit of constipation. Like, it wasn't too bad. Like with the constipation, I could use herbal teas and then I'll poop, so it wasn't as bad. The fatigueness, once you take like a B12 during the day, once I work out or once I do like a pre-workout, I'll feel much better. Like my fatigue was not like the worst fatigue in the world, right? But on the generic semaglutide, it was the worst side effects. Okay, I remember I was so prepared for Wegovy side effect. I bought liquid IV, I bought everything I needed, right? And I ended up not even using any of it because I didn't experience a lot of things, I'm telling you. But with this semaglutide, hey god, like it was, I know I keep building up to it, but it was horrible, the worst. I do not think anyone needs to go through this pain I went through. But let's start off with the side effects, okay? So the first side effect I want to talk about is fatigue. Everybody knows when you take semaglutide, it makes you tired. But this one, the tiredness was on a different level. Like, when you're so tired, you almost think you're sick. Or like when you're so tired that like you're starting to have brain fog. Like that's how tired I was. Like it was so hard for me to concentrate. I was always tired. I wanted to sleep. I would go lay down and still would not sleep. Like it was just a weird feeling of tiredness. I guess yes, they tell you you'll be tired, but this fatigue was on another level. Like I don't even know if I know how to explain the tiredness. And it's not even like, oh, you're tired for a couple of hours. I was tired all day. I wake up tired, all day tired, work tired, go to the gym tired. I was tired for the most part of the day, and I would go to bed and still be tired, wake up with bags in my eyes. Like people could see me and people were like, are you okay, Mo? Are you okay? Because I looked tired. I just looked like I was going through shit. Like the tiredness took a toll on me. Like it was the worst. So one thing that helped me a very little was exercising. So I noticed like in the mornings, like the mornings that I was able to gather my strength and go to the gym and work out, I will feel a little bit of like pep in my step, a little bit of energy, but then throughout the day it just starts to like go down. And I think a lot of it is also due to the fact that your insulin level is dropping as well. So of course when you have low insulin, and then you're also not eating because your appetite is so curbed. So all these things together, I guess, just makes you really, really tired. And I guess that, and it really does happen. If you're hungry, you're tired. If you're not resting well, if your insulin blood sugar is low, you'll be tired. So that's why this fatigue was just like escalated, because it's all these factors causing tiredness, and that tiredness is one tired. So you are tired. So that was the first one. The second one was depression. So anyone who knows me, I'm very high energy, very positive. Like, I have never been depressed. I mean, I'm human. I've been sad. I've been like, moped around before, but I don't think I've ever reached a stage where like I really feel so depressed. And it's funny because initially I didn't even think it was the drug. I was just realizing that like, wow, I feel like I'm going through things, and I'm thinking about my life, and I'm like, there's nothing going wrong right now. Why do I feel depressed? And I was just like, I'm so sad. And then luckily for me, I was able to talk to one of my friends, and she was just like, wait, aren't you taking that injection? Isn't that a side effect of it? And I was like, oh. So I Google it, and I was like, yes, oh my God. I'm honestly, sometimes knowing helps a lot, because now every time the depression will come, I'll just be like, Mo, don't be sad about it. It's the drug. It's the drug. It's the drug. But honestly, that depression feeling, the depressed feeling, was not fun. It was not fun at all. Like, my mental, I think it's triggering my mind to think I'm sad, and then all of a sudden my mind thinks, oh, you're sad, you're in depression. But in reality, I'm not in depression, but it makes you feel depressed. I think if you're not normally a mentally strong person, this can really tilt you over to the dark side, right? But I really think it was not a fun experience at all. Imagine 3 weeks of feeling depressed. Yeah, I mean, imagine 2 weeks of like really feeling depressed. Even when I realized that it was the drug, to get out of it sometimes was really hard. You know, like, you're just irritated, you're just sad, you're just angry, you're just like thinking about your life. Is like you're looking for something to pin on this feeling that you're feeling. In reality, that depression was just horrible, like a really, really horrible experience that I don't think anybody needs to deal with. Okay, so the third one is constipation. Hey, if you watch my channel, you know I've been through constipation. Like, I've been through it all. But this one is worse than any other constipation I've ever had. Let me tell you how bad it is. I was so constipated. I was in pain. Like, in fact, my pain was almost like my fibroid pain. I was in pain to poop. And then the worst part is that I even drank herbal tea. Normally, when I drink herbal tea, the next day, everything comes out. It didn't come out, oh. It did not come out. Can you imagine? Oh my God. I was feeling so swollen, so tired, so weak from the constipation. And then finally, I just started drinking a lot of water. And then I started taking stool softeners. And then it finally came out, but it didn't even come out the way it normally comes out. It was still coming out like thicker than normal. So normally the herbal tea will make it come out a lot softer, or even like watery, right? But more softer than watery. But this constipation, it was still coming out hard. That's to show you how crazy this semaglutide, this generic semaglutide is. It was coming out really, really, it was still coming out hard, like almost like as if I was forcing myself to poop. Yeah, that is the worst constipation, when herbal tea is not even working. Hey, nah. That was a horrible experience, okay? And the crazy thing is that even when you stop taking it, like, I stopped taking it for like about a week now, and like, I'm still constipated. So it doesn't go right away, but it definitely like just makes you feel like unhealthy, because it's like, you know, you have to pass all those things out of your body, but you're not able to. So it makes me, sometimes I just feel like a little weak, a little tired, a little like ugh. But I know it's because I'm constipated. But honestly, I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks this is relieved, okay? The constipation is painful. The next side effect is gas reflux. Oh my God, my chest. Oh, I was crying for dear life. My asthma was being triggered. I was hanging in for dear life. Oh my God. Everything I ate gave me acid reflux. And to be honest, yes, I did eat like peppers, tomatoes, a little bit of spicy. I'm Nigerian. But ooh, child. Every time I would have to take Tums to like soothe it. But after a while, I was just like, how much Tums is a man going to eat? Like, I just need to stop. I was like, oh my God, the gas reflexes need to stop. And the worst time is like at night when I'm sleeping. I have to like elevate my head sometimes when I'm in bed, because in the middle of the night, my chest would just start feeling like that acidy thing happening. And honestly, it was horrible. Did not like it and was very, very uncomfortable. So the fourth one that I experienced was throwing up constantly. So every time I take the injection, if I was to eat more than I should, like more than my mind and body wants, in the middle of the night, I'm waking up to throw up. If I drink one glass of alcohol, I'm waking up to throwing up. And I don't throw up right there. No, it's like it takes a while for it to mix in there and be like, nah, we don't want it, then reject it. In the middle of the night, I at least once a week after I take the injections, like it's like I take the injections on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm definitely throwing up. That was not nice, and that was so uncomfortable because it always happened in the middle of the night. Like I'll literally be sleeping, my stomach would just start hurting me, like I'm feeling that turning. I run to the bathroom thinking I need to pee, I'm sitting there, and then next thing you know, I'm throwing up. Sometimes it could even be like I'm brushing my teeth, and then you're trying to get your tongue, so I'm like scrubbing my tongue, just that little gag reflex, throwing up. Like everything was making me throw up, and it was just uncomfortable because I'm like, damn, like I don't want to throw up, but like how you feel it coming. That's how it was every time. Any small gag reflex, or if I'm sleeping and then it starts to erupt. So yeah, that was not cool at all. Did not enjoy that at all. Did not enjoy that. Then the fifth one was insomnia. I think I was averaging like 4 hours of sleep, honestly, 4 to 6 hours of sleep. And the worst part is that even if I got 6 to 7 hours of sleep, it was always never like at one go. Like I'll go to bed at 11, 12, I'll be up by 2, 3, and then I'll be up from like 3 to 5 or like 3 to 6. So then I'll fall asleep again at like 6, and then I won't wake up till like 8. Mind you, normally I wake up at 6:30 every day. So like this 3 weeks, I was waking up super late, and it bothered me because sometimes you want to go to the gym, you want to wake up, you want to read your Bible, you want to like get ready for the day, and I can't because I'm just so tired. So I end up sleeping. I think the insomnia was triggered by anxiety, because I think while I was on the drug, I was getting a lot of anxiety, like over the littlest things. Like my brain is like thinking of the worst case scenario at all times. I'm nervous. Like the anxiety was a lot, and I don't know if I think it's due to the drug, because honestly, I'm usually not, and I do have a little bit of anxiety, but like it's never anything that's concerning. But during these 3 weeks, it was a little bit concerning because I was having a lot of anxiety. Then number 6 is body aches. My body just hurts. My legs hurt, my foot hurt, back hurts, every part of my body was just like feeling the tiredness, like the ache. So I'm not really sure why, but I was really having a lot of body aches. Like even like if I'm sitting down for a while and I get up, all of a sudden my body starts hurting me, and I'm like, how old am I? Am I getting old? Is this how old people feel? Am I an old lady? Like that's how I was feeling, because the way my body was just hurting me all the time. I'm like, what kind of body ache is this? Which leads to the next one, my back. Okay, so when I had fibroids, my back used to hurt me a lot, and then it went away, and then all of a sudden my back started hurting me again. So I got a little nervous, and I was like, oh my god, I hope I'm not getting fibroids again so soon. But then I realized that it was actually the drug. I don't know why or how it's connected, but I was getting a lot of back pain, because when I stopped taking the semaglutide, I started to feel a little more relief in my back. I think it's connected to the generic semaglutide for sure. Number 8, brain fogginess. I think I touched on that earlier when I was talking about the depression, right? I was having brain fogginess, like even at work, even like day to day. It's like I'm so lazy to even think. So my whole brain just felt so foggy and like, just weird, like very unlike me. And I would say that ever since I stopped, this week has been amazing. Like I feel it getting better every day. Like now I'm a little bit more attentive, like I'm processing things faster. So the brain fogginess is starting to wear off, which is amazing. So that's great. The last one, which is number 9, is dehydration. I was so dehydrated. I know sometimes semaglutide is supposed to do that to you, right? Reduce your appetite and all these things. But like that dehydration part, I did not know about it. I was really dehydrated, dry mouth, just not a nice, comfortable feeling at all. Like it was just not it, if you know what I mean. But I was able to get a flask and make sure that I have this flask filled up every morning, and I'll just make sure I drink through it throughout the day. So I definitely saw that starting to help to improve it. But of course, you know how it is. Those were my main side effects that were super horrible. Okay, horrible. So yes, even though I did lose weight and I do feel good, and even though yes, I'm not at my goal weight yet, I was supposed to continue for the next 2 months, and I think if I had continued for 2 months I would get to my goal weight. But I decided to quit because I was like, it is not worth the pain. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just cannot deal with that pain, and I do not think it's worth it. The 13 pounds I lost, yes, it feels good, but it's not worth it because the side effects really took a toll on me. Like, really took a toll on me. If you're someone that can chest it, be like, yes, 4 weeks of horror, I don't mind, I'll do it, kudos to you. But if you just want to lose weight and you're very sensitive and you're very chilled, this is not for you, because you will lose your mind. You do not want to get depressed, you don't want to get sad, you don't want to deal with all the 9 things that I just mentioned above. Okay, so my overall advice is that if you wanted to use semaglutide, do not use the generic one, because that one is not fun at all. Okay, in conclusion, I would not recommend the generic semaglutide shot. I think if you were going to do it, you should definitely get a Wegovy, because Wegovy has less symptoms. They weren't as bad, and I think it was worth it to me more than this was worth it. These side effects were just not worth all of that. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment box below. If not, just give me a thumbs up so I know you watched this video, and I will see you in the next one. As always, peace and love. Bye.